Hi guys, we are here for another test anxiety video, and today we are going to be talking about chain reactions, how a thought can lead to a feeling, can lead to an action, which can lead to another thought, and it will just continue. So let's read a quick story to learn a little bit more about chain reactions. When I worry about the test.
Have you ever heard of a chain reaction?
A chain reaction is when something happens and then a bunch of other things happen afterward, all because the first thing happened.
Like when you solve a hard puzzle, that starts a chain reaction. You solve it, you feel excited, so you jump up and down, screaming happy screams.
Or when your snow cone starts dripping on your favorite shirt, that starts a chain reaction. It drips, then you feel panic or upset, so you run to get a towel.
Worry starts a chain reaction too.
When you have a worry thought, it starts a chain reaction.
Your worry thought leads to a feeling.
Your feeling leads to an action or choice.
Your action leads to another thought.
And it can go around and around with more thoughts, more feelings, and more actions, all because that first worry started a chain reaction.
Jana thought, what if I totally get all of the questions on the test wrong?
Then Jana had a feeling. She felt nervous. She didn't want to fail the test.
Jana chose an action. Maybe I'll just go sit in the reading corner when it's time for the test.
Then Jana had another thought. I fail everything.
See how that one worry started a chain reaction? Jana ended up thinking that she fails everything when she didn't even take the test.
What if Jana had a different thought? I might miss a couple questions, but I probably won't get them all wrong.
Then she might have a different feeling. I can do this.
That confident feeling might lead to a different action. Jana will take her test.
If we can change the first thought, we can change the chain reaction. Now we know that our thoughts lead to our feelings, lead to our actions, which lead back to our thoughts. This makes our chain reaction of thinking. So, if we can catch what we're thinking right at the thought and not let it go any further, then that will help us feel less worried when it comes to these negative thoughts. For instance, if you are about to take a test and you're there thinking to yourself, I'm never going to get done with this in time. Well, that's when you need to notice that you're having that negative thought. You can tell yourself, stop, or ask yourself, do I know that for sure? Is that even true? After you ask yourself these things, then you can realize that, well, no, actually, I don't really know if I'm going to answer the questions in time. I don't really know if I'm going to run out of time. That's not something that's for sure. And if you can figure that out right there at your thought without getting to your feelings, it helps you not get as upset or worried or anxious about the test that's in front of you. Remember, when you have a negative thought, catch yourself. Say, stop. Then ask yourself, is that true? Then reframe your thought so that it doesn't turn into a feeling of worry or anxiety. What's your biggest worry thought? Take a minute to think about what your greatest worry is about testing. Write it down on a piece of paper in front of you. Pause the video to write down your biggest testing worry thought. Now let's look at the worry you wrote in front of you. Tell yourself, stop. Ask, is that true? Now we can take a minute to reframe our worry, to look at it in a more positive light so that our chain reaction can stop leading to feelings of worry and start leading to feelings of confidence, so that then our action will change as well, and we will do the best we can to reframe our negative chain reaction into a positive one. Let's look at some examples of how we can reframe our thoughts.
Reframing your negative inner thoughts is not easy, and a great first step is just recognizing those negative inner thoughts. When you recognize them, it gives you more power and gives you the ability to ask yourself, is that true? But the next step after that is reframing those thoughts. So let's look at these quick examples. So maybe your biggest worry thought about the test is, I can't do this. And maybe that's what you're telling yourself. A way you could reframe that thought is, I will do my very best and that is enough. It's not saying you're going to get every question right, but it's just saying that you will try your best and you are capable of doing that. Another worry thought may be, I don't know anything. Ask yourself, is that true? You don't know anything? I'm sure there are a lot of things that you do know. And you can reframe that thought into, I am ready to show what I know. And the last one, I never do well on tests. You can change that thought and reframe it to, I can rise to this challenge. These are just a couple examples of how you can reframe those negative inner thoughts into a more positive way.
We're going to end today's lesson by looking at the greatest worry thought that you wrote down earlier. Take a minute to reframe your worry. And remember, if we can stop the chain reaction before it goes farther, that will help us feel more confident and comfortable during test day.